Hello and welcome to the Ray Law Criminal Defense Channel. This is part 2 of our video, What Life is Like on Probation. In part 1, we discussed the process of reporting to probation. Today, we're going to explain some of the typical conditions that a probationer can expect to encounter. Let's dive in.
What are some conditions of probation?
Remember, each probationer will be issued a customized program. Some of the typical conditions include abiding by curfew hours during which you must stay inside your residence, refraining from communication with felons or individuals with gang ties, reporting any contact with the police to the probation officer, submitting to drug and alcohol testing whenever required, being subjected to unannounced visits by the probation officer, or wearing an electronic monitoring device.
What are probation fees?
A probationer is required to pay certain fees while under supervision. This includes standard administration fees, fees for any monitoring devices, and other court-mandated costs.
What are some ways to avoid a probation violation?
Adhering to the requirements on probation can be quite challenging. Here are some of the ways you can lessen the likelihood of a violation. The first way is to be clear about your restrictions. During your first interview with your probation officer, ask questions about anything that's even slightly unclear. Any misunderstanding about what you can and can't do is not a defense if the probation officer decides to pursue a violation. Another way to prevent the likelihood of a violation is to be clear with those around you about what is required of you. Your family and friends who aren't under supervision may expect things of you that conflict with your program. Helping them to understand will ultimately help you. They'll likely do a better job of respecting those rules and may even encourage you to properly follow them. Lastly, be honest with your probation officer. Let them know how you're adjusting to the conditions of your probation. The harder it is to abide by a restriction, the greater the odds are that you'll slip up. The probation officer may even be willing to work with you or make changes to your program. Getting ahead of a violation can lower the bar for the penalty that you face. Being honest with your probation officer about a condition you've already failed to follow may lead to less severe action instead of an official violation. Having to abide by the restrictions of probation may require you to refrain from seeing loved ones, inhibit your ability to form relationships, and restrict your ability to gain employment, amongst other issues. That's why it is so important to weigh the challenge of adhering to the probation program against the alternative of serving out your sentence in jail. For more information, check out our other videos on our channel. We cover the entire probation process, from receiving your sentence to what you can expect at a violation hearing. Until next time, stay safe, stay in status, and stay in touch.